Apple's September Far Out event just finished, so here's what happened and my thoughts on it. The first thing that was announced was the Apple Watch Series 8. The Series 8 comes with 2 new temperature sensors, and the standout feature is the ovulation tracking. There's also a new car crash detection setting that can call emergency services if you get into a crash. The Watch Series 8 starts at $399 for GPS and $499 for GPS and cellular. Pre-orders open today and will be available starting September 16th. The Apple Watch SE is practically just a budget Apple Watch, with most core features of the Apple Watch series line. It's a great budget-friendly option for most people. Apple's saying that this will be good for children who don't have a phone yet, and they've introduced a feature where parents can set up Apple Watches for their children. The Apple Watch SE is $249 with GPS and $299 with GPS and cellular connectivity. It will be available on September 16th with pre-orders starting today. The brand new device that was announced at this event is the Apple Watch Ultra. This is a rugged and more advanced Apple Watch than ever. They are saying that this watch can last up to 60 hours. The Apple Watch Ultra can be purchased for $799 on pre-order today and will be available starting September 23rd. I honestly think that this watch is for very few select people. Dishing out $799 for an Apple Watch will be seriously overkill for most people, and most of the features can be found in much cheaper models. I think the Watch Ultra will only be good for very intense athletes or adventurers who really need an extremely rugged and reliable smartwatch. Next up, the new second generation AirPods Pros. These have the new H2 chip upgraded from the original H1 that were in the original AirPods Pros. It comes with a new low distortion audio driver and a custom amplifier. A better version of spatial audio comes with these new AirPods. Using the camera on your iOS 16 updated iPhone, you can personalize your spatial audio. You can use the True Depth camera to create a so-called personal profile of your ears for the best immersive spatial audio experience possible. The case and earphones have better battery life, promising up to 6 hours on the earbud and 30 hours with the case. The case is compatible with your Apple Watch charger now as well. This case now includes a speaker, so you can find it easily by pinging it from your phone. It also comes with a new lanyard hole, so you can wear it around your neck or tie it to your bag, I guess. The AirPods Pros second generation come out for $249 and will be available on September 23rd. Now moving on to the big products, the iPhones. The first 2 iPhones that were announced were the iPhone 14 and iPhone 14 Plus. This year, instead of a mini iPhone, there is a Plus phone, which is just a bigger version of the base iPhone 14. I think this is a good idea as it will give such good battery life and big screens for people who want it, but not for that much, and they don't have to go all the way to the iPhone 14 Pro Max. These both come with last year's chipset, the A15 Bionic, and this is pretty much the same design as before. Now this is a bit disappointing in some terms, but the A15 is so powerful already that it's not really that bad. The green is gone from last year's iPhone and it's replaced by this sort of blue color. There is no SIM card trays in these new iPhone 14s, and they are completely replaced by eSIMs in the US, meaning that you won't have a physical SIM card slot and you'll have to do it digitally instead. Keep in mind this is only for the US. Satellite connectivity for emergency SOS and Find My updates. It is now built into the phone. Now this is pretty good for a phone, seeing that usually you need really expensive antenna phones to be able to do this. But now you can do it from your iPhone. It has a new UI that shows where you have to point your phone to be able to connect to the corresponding satellite. It will be launching this year. Your phone will come with 2 years of the service and then you have to pay, which is a bit strange. This phone only has 1080p at 60Hz, which is actually amazing for battery life. However, it's a bit disappointing that it's only 60Hz. The iPhone 14 baseline series comes with a larger, newer 12MP f1.5 camera with image stabilization. New selfie camera with a 12MP camera, which lets in more light for better selfies and selfie videos. The iPhone 14 and 14 Plus come for $799 for the iPhone 14 and $899 for the iPhone 14 Plus. Pre-orders start September 9th and will be available September 16th. Now for the Pro phones. This year there is an iPhone 14 and an iPhone 14 Pro Max. These are the same sizes as last year and similar design. However, there is a pill cutout, which we'll talk about in a second. This phone comes with a brand new A16 Bionic chip, which is faster and more efficient than before. They're saying that it's 40% better than the current competitors. This phone comes with 2000 nits. 2000 nits is so high, and it's like the highest in the industry so far. It's going to be insane to be able to look outside. Finally, the iPhone gets an always on display. This means that if you turn off the phone, it can have a quite dark screen that just shows you the bare essentials of using the phone. This doesn't actually use that much battery life, especially with the A16 Bionic chips, efficiency, and also just a massive battery, and the fact that it doesn't really do much for the screen. Android has had this for years now, so I'm so happy that the iPhones have this. The new iPhone 14 Pros come with a brand new 48 megapixel main camera, which bends it down to 12 megapixel for most photos. However, if you want to shoot 48 megapixels for the whole resolution, you can by using Apple's Pro RAW. You can now get 2 times zoom by cropping it into the middle 12 megapixels of the main lens, practically just giving you the same quality as before, but with a 2 times crop. Now let's talk about that pill that replaces the notch. They're calling it Dynamic Island. So if you remember from the last few generations of iPhones, they have had a little notch at the top. But the iPhone 14 Pros this year are replacing that with a little pill cutout, which actually looks okay. It looks a bit more modern than a notch, but it actually has a standout feature that makes it so much better than if it was just a pill. It's called Dynamic Island. Apple has shrunk down the Face ID and selfie cameras so it can fit into the pill. And if you have things like timers or music happening in the background, the pill grows and you can hold it down or tap it and you can act using it. It's kind of like controls and quick menu widgets, but without having to swipe down and use them. It's a really cool feature. To recap everything that was announced at the event, the Apple Watch Series 8 costs $399 for GPS and $499 for cellular. Secondly, the Apple Watch SE is $249 with GPS and $299 with GPS and cellular connectivity. Both these watches can be pre-ordered starting today and will be available starting September 16th. Thirdly, the Apple Watch Ultra can be purchased for $799 on pre-order today and will be available starting September 23rd. Fourthly, the AirPods Pro 2nd generation comes out for $249 and will be available on September 23rd. The iPhone 14 comes out for $799 and the iPhone 14 Plus for $899. The iPhone 14 Pro is $999 and the iPhone 14 Pro Max is $1,099. All new iPhones are available for pre-order starting September 9th and will be available starting September 16th. Hope you enjoyed this recap video. Let me know what your favorite thing that was announced was in the comments below. That's it. I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.